Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids. Now I know that you all love a good room tour, so I thought why not? Let's do an updated editing room tour for early 2015. Now I'm going to show you all of my kit behind me here, but also some of the products that are sort of hidden away so you get to see what I use to really just sort of make my job a little bit easier. Let's take a closer look. So let's start by just giving you an overview of the sort of working area. This is my main desk area just here. This is where I've got my Mac Pro and my dual screen setup. Now over here you will see my Herman Miller chair, which is what I use to sit on. Very ergonomic, very comfortable chair as well. I highly rate this chair. Really do recommend you invest good money in something comfortable to sit on. I spend a lot of time editing. This has got great lumbar support and just very comfortable. Now over to the left here we have got a second desk, and this is a white IKEA desk. Now we will take a closer look at all of this, but I just wanted to give you an overview of how everything's sort of set up. Now the acoustic foam on the wall, this is AIX foam. I have got a separate video on the channel about this foam, and it really does improve the room acoustics in the editing room. I don't do many voiceovers on my videos on the Geekanoids channel, but for my client videos I certainly do use the Rode microphone you can see just here, and the room acoustics is very important so you don't get much echo. Now before I move on and show you everything in greater detail, I'll also mention that I am recording this on the Canon PowerShot G7X. You won't see that anywhere in this video because I am holding it on my little sort of handheld monopod. So let's get on and take a closer look at all of the equipment in the editing room. So I thought I'd save the main desk until last and just show you this white desk here. This is an IKEA Galant desk. It is white, 120 centimeters wide. I went for the sort of A-frame legs on it, which I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd gone for the T-frame legs, but it's very nice desk. I used to have my Mac Mini on here, but I found that I wasn't using the Mac Mini that much. I was coping more than adequately with both my Mac Pro and my Retina MacBook Pro. So the Mac Mini is gone, and I don't even have an external monitor here at the moment. I had trouble with one of my Thunderbolt displays, which was returned. I'm planning on replacing it with a 4K display later on in the year, and when I do that update I'll obviously give you another video update as well. So at the moment on this desk I've got my 15-inch Apple Retina MacBook Pro. I've got a M-Table from Just Mobile, which is where the external monitor will sit when I do that upgrade. I've also got a Belkin stand here, which I use from time to time if I want to put this up, the MacBook Pro up at a higher level and use an external keyboard. Then I pop it onto this stand. It just puts it up at a nice ergonomic height. This is a Logitech Solar keyboard. If I just turn this over, let's do something for you so you don't have to ask all these questions about exactly the model number. It's a K750, which is a Mac specific solar keyboard. The reason I like this over the Apple ones is, one, you don't have to replace the batteries. It actually draws its power through these little solar panels. Doesn't have to be sunlight either, just normal office light from your light bulbs is enough to keep this charged up. Really ergonomic keyboard, nicely spaced keys, nice amount of travel. It's going a little bit yellow on this portion here, the rest of it's remained nice and white. You can also get a black version, which you'll see in a short while. This here, I can't even remember what brand this is. There we go. This is a Unibond Aero 360, and we get quite a lot of damp in some of the rooms, so this just helps. I need to replace the inside chemical bit inside because it's all been used up, but basically it just draws moisture in, collects it in the bottom section here. And then over here I have got my Rhodia pen holder. This was a gift from my daughter. Really do like it because it's orange, love orange. It's sitting on a Just Mobile headstand at the moment, which is meant for headphones, and these are all of my pens. So I've got these Stabilo .88 pens and some fountain pens and pencils and things, because yes, I don't always use a keyboard. Sometimes I do write as well. Just moving back over here, I'll show you this. This is a little unifying receiver. This is when I use the keyboard, and tucked underneath the M table, if we can just get a view under there, there's a memory card reader and also a power supply with my MagSafe connection on for my Retina MacBook Pro. And then over here we've got an Apple Magic Trackpad, not my favourite trackpad. I'll show you my favourite trackpad in a short while. We've also got a backup hard drive here. This is a Freecom hard drive. And then we've got Western Digital Thunderbolt Duo hard drive. 2 hard drives in here. Connects via Thunderbolt to my Retina MacBook Pro for when I'm doing video editing. I don't often edit off this. This is more for sort of backup editing. I actually edit all of my videos off of a LaCie Thunderbolt drive, which I'll show you again in a short while. Now, I'm not going to give you a long look underneath the desk, but basically this is what underneath looks like. A pair of shoes, headphone stand, a couple of boxes, and a white blanking piece of plastic to hide all of the nasty wires. So now let's have a look up here on the Geek Shelf. Now, I put this floating shelf up a while back. Actually, when I did the acoustic foam over in this area here, I added the shelf above it. And this has just got a collection of little sort of figurines and things. I've got lots of bobbleheads. I do love bobbleheads. I've also got my Audio Technica ATH M50s. This came out of a Nerd Block unboxing, a little zombie. This I printed on a 3D printer. For those of you asking, I no longer have the Ultimaker 3D printer because I wasn't using it enough, so it didn't warrant keeping. I wish I had kept it though, because I still have got a really big interest in 3D printing. Then I've got this. This is my Steve Jobs figurine using my MacBook Air. I've also got a couple of watches. This is actually a very old watch. This is a Swiss Army watch. And it hasn't got a battery in it at the moment, but probably one of my oldest watches and one of my favourites as well. I really do like the clean design of the dial on this. And then we've got my Tudor Heritage Ranger watch, which you can see just here. Now, just to let you know about this watch, the reason, a little tip for you here, that it's this way round is because if you stand it this way round with the crown facing down, you're less likely to scratch the case. If I had it up the other way, I might scratch the case on this side. Just a little tip, something I picked up on one of the forums. We've got more bobbleheads. Yes, they all bobble. We have got all of the bobbleheads from The Big Bang Theory, except for which one's missing. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Which Big Bang Theory bobblehead am I missing? And it is on my Amazon wish list. And then we've got some other bits and pieces here. This one here isn't a bobblehead, it's just a little figurine. My Lego VW camper van, which not the Christmas just gone, but the Christmas before, me and my son built this. Took us about 7 hours. Yes, this character here, okay. Very good selection of little characters. And then over in the corner here, this is actually a really cool light from Yellowtech. It's their Mica Studio light, and I absolutely love it. Let's just turn it on so that you can get to see it actually on. There we go. Actually lights up things nicely. Let's leave that turned on for a little while, and then we will move down onto the main desk area. Now, this is a Brother multifunction printer. This is the MFC J5320DW. Let me turn it on. This is a fantastic, and I mean fantastic, multifunction printer. First of all, if we just take a look from this angle here, it takes up very little desk space. I mean, look at this hard drive, and then look over here. You know, just to give you an idea of the depth of the printer. Fantastically small footprint on this printer. If we open up this top cover here, we can feed documents in, either to copy or to scan, including scanning to the cloud. If we lift up this here, we have got a scanning bed for scanning single documents. If we lift up this here, we have got a touchscreen area for controlling the printer. We have also got a memory card reader under this slot here. Under the slots here, or under the door I should say, just here, this is where the large ink tanks go, and it takes very large ink tanks. Look at this, low cost, 2,400 page yield on the black ink cartridge. And the reason I wanted to really show you how small this was is that it actually prints A3. How cool is that? This is capable of printing A3 from this small printer. Now I've had it here for about a week and a half testing it. I will be doing a update video on the channel about this to show you how it works and also my opinion about it. But in the week and a half that I've been using it so far, I am very, very impressed. It is an awesome, awesome printer. Okay, moving on. Over in that corner there, I've got a little bamboo sort of holder. I got that from John Lewis, and I use that just to store some of my fountain pens. And then round the back of this display, I've got a Ruark MR1 speaker, one of a pair, and another Just Mobile stand with a pair of headphones. I'm just going to turn this light off because for some reason this light is making the video flicker. So let's move down onto the main desk area. Monitor number 1, Apple Thunderbolt display. Monitor number 2, an LG ultra wide display, very high resolution. Forget the model number, but there is a actual video about this on my main channel. This is a superb monitor. I mean, the Apple display is fantastic, but this LG screen, the reason I've kept it in my setup is because it allows me to see so much of the timeline when I'm editing in Final Cut Pro 10. Well worthwhile investment. It is a Thunderbolt monitor, so it is natively supported on the Apple Mac. Really, really pleased with it. And then let's move down onto the main desk area. This is my iPad Air 2. This is my iPhone 6. This is my Panasonic GH4, which is my main production camera. And then round on this area here, this is a Just Mobile drawer. Now this is meant to be used for standing a monitor on, but my monitors are at the ideal height, so I haven't got a monitor on this at the moment, but I still use it. It's got my Moleskine notebook on here, which I use for planning. Also a USB 3 memory card reader from Lexar, Apple Magic Mouse. This is my X-Rite i1 display calibrator. It's connected to my main monitor, the LG monitor. This is a little USB to go key, and then inside here I have got my memory cards, remote for my Ruark audio speakers, memory card readers, another trackpad hidden away under there as well. It's also got a charging pad for the Magic Mouse because I'm using this Mobi sort of battery pack, rechargeable battery pack for the mouse. I only use this on occasion, don't use it very often at all. And then my really high-tech monitor stand for the LG, just to raise up the height of it a tiny bit, are 3 Mac format magazines. Now I'm not saying that's all they're useful for, they have been read, and then they've got secondary use of bringing the monitor up to a nice ideal height. Now I mentioned about the secondary keyboard. Remember I showed you this one, the white one. This is another K750 in black. I got it in black to match the colour of the late 2013 Mac Pro. And alongside this I've got a Logitech trackpad designed for the Mac. This is my favourite trackpad. I prefer this to the Apple one, with one exception, and that is when you're editing in Final Cut Pro 10, you need to select something with it, you need to lift your finger off before you can drag your selection across. So it hasn't got as many touch points as the Apple trackpad, but I still prefer it. It is superb. Rechargeable via micro USB. It's got an on-off switch on the side to conserve power, as does this. And it just works really very well indeed. And then just here, I have got another Moleskine notebook. I use this for making notes about my videos and scheduling them. Yes, I do it old style with pencil and paper. So I put the video title here, I tick it on one tick box when I've recorded it, another tick when I've edited it, another tick when I've uploaded it. It works very well, and this is full, look at this, full of videos that I've done on the channel. Crikey, there are lots of videos. And just behind here, this is my news schedule for the new videos for 2015. So these are my GWR videos, the Watch and Geek Lifestyle videos, and the Mega Gadget collections. Just here, little coaster, looks like a record. These were gifts from my son, I've got a whole pack of these. A little tape measure for measuring boxes before they get sent back via courier. Little notepad, yes, I use a lot of pencil and paper. Round the back here, look, it's all nice and tidy round the back. No cables, well, a few, but very, very well organised. My other Ruark speaker. Then I've got some light stands and also microphone boom stands. A little bit of sort of tripod and other products down there. And then over here, this is my Rode PSA-1. It's a microphone stand clamped to the edge of the desk. Now, so I don't damage the desk, I have got a little bit of rubber inside here. This is a solid bamboo worktop, very, very nice. I really do love this. When I updated the editing room last year, I put this in. It sits on top of IKEA cupboards. I'll show you those cupboards in a short while. And then this Rode PSA-1 is connected via USB at the moment. Sometimes I use it with an XLR mic. And this is a Rode NT USB microphone. Very, very cool microphone. And if I swing this out, you will see I can sort of pull that out into position, and I can drop it down in sort of height as well for when I'm doing voiceovers. And then when it's not in use, I can simply push it out of the way. Very, very cool. And then this microphone, let me give you a closer look at this. This is the Rode NT USB, and you can see it is a very, very cool microphone. Very pleased with how this is performing. I love Rode microphones. We've got gain controls on here as well, headphone monitoring, all built into the microphone, plus a sort of specific pop shield for the microphone as well. It produces lovely audio, and for a USB microphone, I really couldn't want for much more. It is absolutely fantastic. So now let's have a look sort of underneath the desk. This is where it doesn't get very tidy, but you can see there, tucked away under there, is my late 2013 Mac Pro. Yes, there are lots of cables everywhere, and that's because I test products, so cables get pulled in and out all of the time, and some of those cables also lead to external storage. I've also got under there a USB charger and hub, so this charges devices and connects them to the Mac Pro. I've also got another backup drive there. I've also got my whiteboard that I use on occasion for sort of brainstorming and project planning. I have got a Belkin Cush desk, which is meant for a laptop, but it's ideal for using as a foot support. So I use that to actually rest my feet on while I'm editing. And then I've got these two IKEA cupboards, one here, I've got another one there, and then in the far corner it's just a sort of another IKEA support. And then inside these, this one here, very well organised. I've got some Blu-ray writers, Blu-ray discs, ink cartridges for the printers, and also down the bottom there another mic stand, a couple of docking stations, my muck-off screen cleaner for keeping everything fingerprint and smear free. I do like to keep my screens nice and clean. And then if we move across to this other cupboard, this is the secondary cupboard, and in here, this was probably one of the, I wouldn't say mistakes, but one of the things that I'm not happy with at the moment in the editing room. At the top there, I have got my XLR interface, I've got a spare keyboard, I've got another USB hub, I've also got my Ethernet switch on the top with the green lights flashing. Then I've got my LaCie 5 Big Thunderbolt 5 bay array of hard drives, which I edit from. That's where I do all of my 4K video editing, all of my daily videos, all get edited on here. Then they get backed up. They also get backed up to a NAS device as well. And then down the bottom, I've got a power supply. Now, the reason I say this is the one area that I'm not happy with is because the cable management is really hard. When I want to put something new in, I have to get all the way under the desk and poke it in through the back. It's more or less impossible to access. So I end up putting the cables out the front. It just looks untidy. And also, although there is ventilation in the back of this cupboard, it does still need the door open whilst I'm editing, because otherwise it gets a little bit warm. It doesn't get hot, but it just gets a little bit warm in there, and I don't think that's ideal for the hard drives. A few people did point that out to me in one of my videos, and it is fine, but I would just like maybe more ventilation. Maybe I'm going to do some sort of hack in there and put some sort of fan and some outlet in the side. That would probably help, and probably something that's quite easy to do. And then just tucked underneath, I showed you my iPhone 6 on the top here is charging. I've got a cable going from the iPhone 6 round here. Not sure if I can show you this very easily, but if we look under there, you will see a USB charger, and that's connected to the power supply inside the cupboard. And then I've got lots of USB ports on there, so I can run wires across just underneath the desktop and then up into my iPhone. Really cool, means I can keep all of my devices charged very easily indeed. So that's it for the early 2015 editing room tour. Now, most of the products that you've seen in this video have been covered in separate videos on the Geekanoids channel. So if you want to search for something, perhaps you're looking for that LG display, just search Geekanoids and then LG on YouTube, or Geekanoids and late 2013 Mac Pro, and you'll find my individual video on it. Also, in the video description there are links to my Amazon affiliate pages. If you want to purchase something that's techie and you want to help support Geekanoids, it doesn't cost you a penny extra. Please use my Amazon links. I get a little bit of kickback, a little bit of commission on the sales, and it really does help me out. If you've got any questions at all, leave them in the comments section. I'll try and answer as many as I can. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. I'll see you all again in the next one.